Back in 2009, it would have been unthinkable to predict that mega pop superstar Taylor Swift and reality TV icon Kim Kardashian would someday become embroiled in one of the biggest celebrity feuds of our time. But how did two wildly different icons go from smiling on red carpets to becoming bitter arch-enemies and a toxic hashtag trend? It all started out pleasantly enough. In 2009, a young country singer named Taylor Swift was rapidly gaining global popularity with her chart-topping albums and infectious breakup anthems. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian, the star of the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, was attending glitzy events and red carpets where she'd sometimes cross paths with other A-listers. Back then, Kardashian was still a major fan of Swift's music, especially her massively successful song Love Story. When asked by Entertainment Tonight in 2009 what her favorite song was, Kardashian immediately gushed it was Love Story and declared happily that she loved following Taylor on Twitter. Kardashian enthusiastically added, "I'm the biggest Taylor Swift fan." At the time, nobody could predict this cheerful praise would transform into bitter resentment just a few years later. Jumping ahead to 2012, the two stars had an amicable public interaction at the MTV Europe Music Awards. Posing together with pop singer Rita Ora on the red carpet, they looked every bit the friendly acquaintances. Little did they know this brief red carpet moment would represent the last time they'd have a pleasant encounter for many years to come. Soon after, tensions started brewing when Kardashian became romantically linked to controversial rapper Kanye West. West had infamously interrupted Swift's 2009 VMA acceptance speech years earlier, so the two had a rocky relationship at best. But at the 2015 Grammy Awards, Swift and West publicly made up, even hugging on camera. In a show of good faith, Swift smiled and wrapped her arms around a glowing Kardashian in the audience as the cameras snapped away. Things seemed to be getting back on track between Swift and West, and by extension, both she and Kardashian now appeared friendly. This upward trend continued a few months later at the 2015 VMAs, when Swift presented West with the ceremony's highest honor, the Video Vanguard Award. In a magnanimous speech, she praised West's artistry after years of strained relations. Behind the scenes, little did Swift know that West was about to drop a bomb that would explode her reconciliation with him and drag Kardashian into the middle of the chaos. In February 2016, West released his album, The Life of Pablo, which included a song titled Famous, with the shocking lyric, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous." Swift immediately denounced the derogatory lyric, clarifying that she was never told she'd be called that bitch in West's song. But then Kardashian inserted herself into the feud by giving interviews defending her husband West. She asserted that Swift was lying about not approving the song's content prior to its release. According to Kardashian, Swift was playing the victim knowing full well West had her blessing for the distasteful lyrics. She further claimed Swift totally approved every part of the song and was now pretending to be innocent. Swift's publicist, Tree Payne, quickly disputed Kardashian's version of events. She clarified that Swift was only ever told West wanted her to promote the song's launch on social media, not about any specific offensive lyrics. By summer 2016, the feud was intensifying rapidly. Kardashian doubled down on her defense of West in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She rationalized that she spoke out because she felt compelled to protect her husband from the constant criticism Swift kept lobbing at him. When her mom Kris Jenner advised trying to talk out the disagreement privately with Swift, Kardashian stubbornly refused. In what proved to be a catastrophic decision, Kardashian leaked snippets of West's phone call with Swift about the controversial lyrics on Snapchat right after the episode aired. Her edited snippets were designed to depict Swift happily approving the misogynistic lyrics, in direct contradiction to her public statement condemning them. The reaction from the internet was swift and merciless against the Shake It Off singer. Kardashian was instantly hailed as the victor who exposed Swift's lies. Vile snake emojis flooded Swift's social media profiles as she was branded a deceitful hypocrite. The Kim Exposed Taylor Party hashtag also trended as public opinion sided with reality star Kardashian. In response, Swift defended herself online by reiterating that the call snippets failed to portray West ever informing her about being labeled that bitch in his lyrics. She maintained she only wanted to believe West respected her, which Kardashian's edited clips stripped of context to vilify her. For a couple years, tensions cooled somewhat as Kardashian backed off her attacks. She even stated during a 2019 talk show appearance that she considered the feud with Swift to be water under the bridge at that point. But clearly Swift disagreed. Just months after Kardashian tried to make peace, Swift gave an interview in March 2019 that sent a very different message. Although she didn't name names, Swift heavily implied she was still owed a direct apology from West and Kardashian for bullying her and inciting vitriolic social media hate mobs against her. Then, in March 2020, the conflict roared back to life when the full 25-minute phone call between Swift and West leaked unexpectedly online. Up until then, only the harshest highlights cherry-picked by Kardashian had gone public. But now fans could hear the full context. The never-before-heard call revealed Swift had major reservations about approving a song she couldn't even listen to yet. She gave West over-the-top praise during the chat, likely to keep things friendly. But her unease was obvious despite the polite facade. After the leak confirmed her side of the story, Swift clarified again that the unedited call proved she was manipulated and falsely painted as a liar. But Kardashian seemed to mock Swift's statement online, dismissively tweeting that the full footage changed nothing, and Swift was still lying in her view. Swift angrily fired back that the candid call completely vindicated her years-long stance that she was framed by Kardashian's edited snippets. Meanwhile, Kardashian refused to back down or apologize, standing by her decision to blast intimate call recordings out of context. In the couple years that followed, Kardashian strategically softened her tone towards Swift, even praising her music at times and reposting her songs. But for Swift, the damage was already done. In a late 2022 interview, she reflected solemnly on how Kardashian's actions to paint her as a backstabber caused irreparable scars. Swift revealed that the fallout from the leaked call made her feel like her career was over. She described plunging into the darkest, most vulnerable psychological place she had ever been in. Looking back, their unlikely feud traces how even the most whimsical friendships between celebrities can transform into the ugliest rivalries overnight when egos, loyalty, and power dynamics collide. So what do you think? Who was in the right? Taylor or Kim? Let me know your take on their feud in the comments.